Hey everybody, so for quick starters before the video begins, you're going to need a few things to make this work. You're going to need the Rotten Breath Incantation and a seal. And the Rotten Breath, one of the prerequisites is that you have killed at least one dragon and you have at least one dragon heart in your inventory to use at a dragon altar to purchase this incantation. So this is just a quick showcase of the Rotten Breath and how it decays the enemy's health over time, eventually killing them because it infects them with Scarlet Rot. So, without further ado, let's get into the video. Really quick before we get into the start, you're going to need 15 Faith and 12 Arcane in order to use Rotten Breath, so make sure you have that before you try this method. You're also going to need to infect him 4 times, and each infection takes 2 Rotten Breath attacks. So you're going to need at least 72 points of FP and enough cerulean flasks to recharge that 3 more times in order to have enough to get enough Scarlet Rot to actually kill the Baleful Shadow. So make sure you have that as well. Okay, so here we are, right before the Baleful Shadow fight in the basin. So I have my claw mark seal. You can use really any seal, but you're going to need a seal in order to use your Rotten Breath Incantation. Also, we're dressed as Ranni because we're savages like that, and we're just going to rub a little salt in the shadow, who's obviously blind, all over in those wounds. We're going to give him with this Scarlet Rot. So we're going to run through this little cavern, keeping right and just dodging all the little like salamander things in there, and just keep going. And once we get in here, as soon as we see the Baleful Shadow, before he has a chance to do anything, we are just going to spam the Rotten Breath twice. So right off the bat, just 2 times like that. And you do want to keep your distance because the Baleful Shadow has a really nasty chain of attacks, and he has a decent range where he can lunge at you. So we just use one of our cerulean tears, so that's another one right there, and we're going to keep going. Now what you want to do is you need to make sure you're able to infect him at least 4 times. It's going to take 4 times to completely kill the Baleful Shadow. Because he has quite a lot of HP and he has 2 Crimson Flasks to use during this fight. So he is by no means a pushover. Now, like I said, you're just going to kite him around. So you're going to infect him with a Scarlet Rot, and you're just going to kite him around. Keep your distance. You don't want to get too far from him because you want to be able to, like, just for time's sake, infect him with Scarlet Rot right away again. I usually make sure I have full FP, and then I switch to my Crimson Flasks. And there you go. There's his first Crimson Flask that he used, just to keep my health up in case he does attack. I do die once during this tutorial because I got impatient. But honestly, if you take it slow and steady, it's really easy to do this entire fight without taking any damage. It's really not even a fight. You just infect him and then run away the entire time. So there's the second infection of the Scarlet Rot after this. Yep, right here. And he does try to dodge it, but it has got a really long range and really wide area to attack, so you're going to get him as long as you're locked on. So he's just going to keep chasing us around. There's me trying to relive my old Halo 2 days with a little bit of teabagging. Oh, and it's picking up 0 runes, so you can already tell I had a good time with this. But see, there's one of those long lunge attacks. He really can get you with those. He's going to come over here. And I noticed that if you lock onto him and unlock to him, he will try and flank you, or he'll go straight. So there's his second, not Estus Flask, Crimson Flask right there he used. So he doesn't have any more of those. But if you lock onto him and unlock onto him, he will kite in different directions. You can kind of mess around with that to keep your distance. Like I said, you don't want to get him too close to you. You want to keep that into a wide circle around the entire arena so he doesn't have a chance to get you. We're almost done with our second infection. We got hit again. See, that was me just getting impatient. I could have easily just walked past or gone the other way, but I was just like, get on with it. And it is a percentage attack, so it doesn't matter how much health he has. It's going to go down a specific percentage every second, so you will get him eventually. And here he is. I'm getting him with my, final Rotten Breath attack. And this is where I messed up. because I did miss that one. I know it's pretty hard to miss, but I did. I don't know why it didn't work. But I tried to use one of my flasks. Wrong timing. He killed me. But I'm going to show you. We're going to pick up right where we left off previously. Here I am infecting him a third time right there. I say have 4 just in case you miss like I did prior. Get that flask up just in case. So he's infected, and we're just going to kite him around until he dies. And that's going to be the entire cheese. And it is super cheesy, because look, we don't even swing our sword at him once this entire time.
Beautifully formed.
And there you go. You just defeated the Baleful Shadow, and spoiler alert, it is Blide and his shadow and his jealousy, and you cheesed the hell out of it. So congratulations, you just beat him without taking any damage. It takes a little bit of time, but I think it's worth it, especially if you're a low level character. And some of these fights, it just... I like Souls fights that are fun. Some of them just aren't fun. This fight wasn't fun to me. I hated it, especially since he has all those flasks and his attacks are just a pain in the ass. I don't know. You're going to have to fight Blight again at the end of the quest line, so just keep on going. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you next time.